What's going on, guys? Welcome back to CyberHack. And if you haven't done so already, check out my previous videos. I have a whole bunch of stuff going on between stress, interviews, learning how to speak, talk to talk, and walk to walk, right? All within cybersecurity, all different aspects of it. Now, I'm a professional. I shouldn't even call myself that. I am a 10 plus year experienced cybersecurity engineer. Between networking, that's where my foundation has grown, from networking infrastructure to like firewalls, routers, switches, and all that other good stuff before security was even a thing. But I was implementing it for the last 10 plus years, and slowly but surely I became a cybersecurity specialist, right? Or I was a security engineer. I was promoted within the organization. I was working for a healthcare company. I was very fortunate to have a great CIO at the time recognize my abilities to adapt and learn and all that great stuff. I ended up working side by side with the compliance officer. So, and if you haven't done so already, hit that damn like button, because it helps the algorithm, builds up my channel, and it has me come out with videos like this where I explain my experiences, where I'm going to go into details for today, because I am so damn stressed out right now. Heat on top of, all the stress, like heat meaning, like, it's like 90 degrees outside, and on top of that you're stressed out, and then you have to wear a shirt to work, and you're all formal, and you just want to relax, kick back, and not think of anything. Well, I'm home right now, but unfortunately I don't get to work from home any day of the week. So Monday through Friday I am sitting in the office, and that's what I'm going to be discussing about. There is a very sudden change in the dynamics of full remote, which you probably will still see in the job market, but majority of them are requiring individuals like yourself and myself to either be in the office full time or in a hybrid system where it's like 1 day or 2 days you get to work remote, which isn't too bad. I wish I had that luxury, but my stress is not coming from any of that. Just a couple of things. I have a bunch of IPs, internal IPs hitting the source IP that's all the way all over the country. And this firewall, apparently, I'm not going to name names because I don't want to disclose too much information. The firewall is allowing it and then denying it, and is generating like hundreds of thousands of these entries of logs that it's permitting it, and then it's blocking it, denying it, right? And it's constant. It's like back and forth. I'm like, this is really confusing. Like, what the hell is going on? I reached out to the teams who were responsible for it, and they were like, oh yeah, we know about this, and we have a ticket open with the vendor. Apparently it's blocking it, but in order for it to be blocked, it's allowing it. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, oh. Like, I'm seeing all these assets reaching out to the source IP, and it just go on. I could go on for hours about this one. I totally, I didn't lose it, but I was just in shock. I'm like, why would this firewall allow it and then block it? Like, it had to allow it for it to know that it's a port that it's not allowing, and then block it, right? Shouldn't it just block, and we wouldn't have hundreds of thousands of these logs entry killing the sim? All right, the sim is like eating up all these logs, and we're looking at it like, wow, like just one device is just like wrecking havoc right now. Stress level going really high. It's killing the sim. It's slowing everything down, and these guys already knew that there was a ticket open, and nothing has been addressed since, right? So that's one day. That's one thing. Nothing too crazy, but so, you know, I'm gonna be really honest. A lot of you guys are here and smashing that like button, more importantly, and you guys are like, yeah, I want to get into cybersecurity. Yeah, there's definitely a lot to learn. I learn and I come across new things every single day, or if not most days. I'm like, wow, this is interesting. Like, where the hell did this come from, and how did this happen? um, you get your fun mix of hardware, technical differences, difficulties, patching, and between that is, just working with these different groups Now, here's one thing, right? I want to kind of explain is that ever since I have moved on to where I am now, whether it's the organization, and if you're a decent size, mid-size to larger, it used to be where you're in a smaller organization, you don't have that many people, you would be a one man or one stop shop, right? Or at least you would have the ability to do more things than relying on other team members or other people from other groups, right? So let's just say you had a patching of a dozen or so servers, and I on my job I work with, I would say, I've worked with endpoints, host, like different, like, servers, workstations, laptops, whatever, between Windows and Linux, and Apple environment. I've worked upwards of probably 3 to 400,000 assets, and that those are just endpoints, which is crazy, right? We're not even including router switches and all the likes, right? Wireless access points and all that other good stuff. Just endpoints, things, devices that end users actually use to access everything, the internet, whatever it is. 3 to 400,000 of them, and some were definitely legacy. It's definitely a challenge to make sure that you're up to date and up to speed with all of them. Sometimes, some business justification that they claim that they need these legacy OSs because whether it's a software or a program that no longer is supported, but there's still a business function to it, which most times you're going to probably come across that. Like, what is my point? What am I getting at today? Well, it's just a lot of different things. And some days you're gonna have to vent, right? And I wish it was closer to the weekend so I could just vent and, kick back and probably have something to cool myself down and relax, right? But unfortunately, it's only midweek, right? And I'm working it out. But not to say that I don't enjoy it. And again, I'm gonna repeat this. If you're new to the channel or if you've missed my previous videos where I've said, what do I think about cybersecurity? I hate it and I love it because it's so challenging. Every day it's always something new. And that probably goes for a lot of other, professions that you go into or may not, right? Because I don't know of any other profession that has potentially zero-day threats where no one's ever heard of this issue, and you're constantly trying to resolve it, right? You're trying to, work with it, around it, and remediate it. And that's totally different from any other profession that I can even think of off the top of my head right now that would come across that. Like, let's just say you're an accountant and like, wow, I've never encountered this number before, and how do I solve this? What is it, with subtraction, multiplication? Like, there's a formula for everything, right? In accounting, but in cybersecurity, it's really crazy. And those are the little tidbits that I would say that keeps you on your feet, keeps you on your toes, keeps you engaged, and you're constantly working these weird hours, or and you're just trying to solve these things because that's your job, that's your duty. And of course, today is me just kind of venting and letting you guys know what I go through on a daily. I'm not gonna sugarcoat any of this stuff because there's really nothing to really sugarcoat. I wish there was a sugarcoat option, but there isn't. There isn't. Although we did have a big meeting and there was some chocolates there, so I guess that was the sugarcoating part, right? They gave us chocolate and I just worked extra hard because I got the sudden boost of sugar rush. That's it, guys. I appreciate you guys always being here and listening to my little rant and my daily whatever vlog of cybersecurity, right? So again, I appreciate you guys always. Please remember to hit that like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again really soon. Bye.